If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you think by just getting a raise it's going to fix your financial situation, you need to think about this a little more realistically. The people building wealth and investing did not get to where they are now just because they started making more money. You can make decent money and get raises over the years, but if you're not building the habits and laying the groundwork now, you're going to learn the hard truth that you could be living paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you're earning. Hi, welcome to Invest with Jim. I'm Jim. I'm an investor and a real estate agent here in Las Vegas. In this series, we're focusing on personal finance and investing, which is the financial foundation people build long before they ever start really investing in real estate. When you look at people that are able to invest consistently, whether it's stocks or real estate or whatever else, they usually do not start with very complex strategies. They start with having control over their budget and they know where their money is, where it's coming from, and where it's going out to each month. Because if you don't have that, everything else becomes much more difficult. If you can't save consistently, you won't have the money to invest consistently, and you won't be able to build wealth. Step one is to know how much money is coming in every month, where it's coming from, and then where it's going out to. And I don't mean generally, I mean very specifically. You really have to break down how much money is coming in each month and where it's all actually going. A lot of people avoid this step. They just kind of look at the checking account balance or something, and if there's money in there, we're good, and if it's getting low, then oh, better stop spending. This is not a good way of looking at your finances and working on a budget, because this usually leads into a bunch of small expenses adding up over time, going unnoticed, and then before you know it, where did all my money go? The income part's kind of easy. I mean, if you're just working a job, you're gonna look at your paycheck or how you're getting paid. That's one thing, unless you got a side gig or something that where there's other income coming in. Speaking of side hustles, I've recently been working with Printify, and they have great opportunities for side gigs. Check this out. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to hustle, and I noticed I get bigger tips if my feet are in the picture.
That's pretty smart, actually, but did you know there's a better side hustle out there? Have you ever heard of Printify? Did you know you can start a side hustle on Printify? Say you want to make hoodies, go to Canva, find the designs that they have, edit the design so it's original, then you just go over to Printify, and then you select your product that you want to do, and click upload of your design, and then go save your product, and then you just connect it to your Etsy store or Shopify store, and then Printify does the rest. There's no upfront cost, there's no need to carry inventory, and there's no shipping that you need to do even. Oh, hey, I remember you. Are things going well?
Going great. I just maxed out my Roth IRA.
So no more food delivery?
Nah, I set up my own shop with Printify. Check it out.
This is just a bunch of pictures of feet on t-shirts and like phone cases and mouse pads?
Even mugs, towels, and backpacks.
I didn't know they have all those products. I need to expand my store like you've done on Printify. Thank you to Printify for sponsoring that portion of the video, and be sure to check them out. There's a link below in the description. And now back to your personal finances. The income part is kind of easier to track. I think most of us know how much we're gonna get paid and when to expect it, but we have to look very specifically at where all the real money is going out. I know a lot of people, they say, oh, my rent's this much, my car payment's this much, my phone's this much, utilities are this much, so I have this much money left. The money left part is the problem. The best way to do this is to track it and look at it visually, actually. You can go old school, do a spreadsheet, just track all the income coming in and then track all the expenses. And when I mean track all the expenses, I mean gas, a pack of gum when you go fill up that gas, or you got a car wash. Every bit of your money needs to be accounted for. If you don't want to create a spreadsheet, there's a lot of great free apps, Rocket Money or Mint. They're really good for tracking your money. I personally have used Rocket Money before and I quite like it. You link it to all your bank accounts and it'll track it for you, and it presents it to you in a very easy to understand form. You see how much money came in, you see all the money going out now, and it categorizes it for you too, so you can kind of see, oh, I didn't realize I spent this much on going out to eat this month. It tracks all your money with actual dollars and dates and times and all that. It's not just this kind of guess like, oh, you know, I should have enough money. No, it'll tell you exactly where your money is and where it went to. Again, if you don't want to download an app and you want to do it old school and spreadsheet style, just make sure that you're listing every expense. Every month you'll look at your statement, or you can go to your online banking or something and look at your activity and look for all debits and credits and just kind of track money in, money out, every expense, not just the big ones, rent and car payments, every expense. So the next step, now that you know where all the money is going, now it's important for you to structure it. And this is where most people tend to overcomplicate things. Let's just say you're going on a diet. You have a calorie budget, we'll call it. You can eat this many calories a day. Doesn't mean you can't eat like a piece of cake still, but that might be a big portion of your calorie budget for the day. You're not gonna go be able to have big meals now too. It's not about like you got to cut out everything. For example, for me, I love rice. Everyone's like, oh, that's too many carbs. Well, I don't drink soda. It's like, okay, I'm not drinking any calories, so maybe I can have a little bit of rice. I like my sweets too, so if I go to a restaurant, maybe I will not get an appetizer because I'm gonna save it for dessert. It's not about limiting what you can do with your money or your diet or whatever you wanna look at it in a budget. It's about being intentional with it. Just know that you have this much to give and it's up to you to allocate it in the way that you want. So rather than trying to limit your spending, we're just trying to organize it. You're gonna have your fixed expenses, then you're gonna have your variable expenses, and then what you have left, we start talking about savings and investing. So now that you see your financial picture, all the money coming in, all the fixed expenses that you have to pay, now you wanna see where everything's going now. How much are you using for entertainment each week? Are you going out to eat a lot? Are you doing DoorDash? Maybe you're saving for a vacation later this year and you need to start saving for it. You need to have a plan for that too. Or unfortunately, life does have emergencies. So maybe you're not saving so much for like a fun thing like a vacation, but maybe you're just kind of saving things for possible emergencies. You take your car to get service, they're like, hey, you need new tires or you need to do brakes. Well, if you didn't plan for that expense, now it's an emergency that you have to use. Or maybe your car breaks down and you need it running so you can go to work and do what you got to do. Those emergencies, you really need to save for them in advance so when they actually occur, you're not in trouble. And now you're taking on credit card debt just to get the new tires or fix your car because you're pre-planning for it, because life things happen all the time. So you could say, oh, it's not fair, my car needs new brakes now. Well, brakes go out. It just needs planned maintenance, that's all. And that's why before you start investing, you need to build and save for that emergency fund, because your emergency funds, it's not your overdraft protection where you just go into it when you need it. This is a fund that you're saving for emergencies that you do not touch. It's set aside there and it's growing for these unexpected emergencies. An emergency fund ideally would be something 3 or 6 months of your fixed costs, probably at least, just so if anything happens with your income, you're ready and you're not scrambling to figure out how you're going to pay your bills. You want to have enough emergency funds saved up that you can live for several months in case anything should happen. So while this money does need to be accessible, it doesn't mean that it's just going to sit there not making money for you either though. And that's where the next step comes in, and that's the high yield savings account. These accounts are accounts that are for saving. It's not a checking account where you're spending every month out of it. This is your emergency money that you're saving that's going to yield some type of interest for you. If you just put your money in a savings account at one of these traditional big banks, Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo or something like that, they're probably going to be paying you 0.01%, which is pretty much nothing. If you put it in a high yield savings account though, you're probably going to make anywhere from 3 to 4% interest on it, which is a lot better than 0.01. So this way you're allowing it to grow and getting some interest on it while it's still accessible. And when I say accessible in financial terms, they say liquid, you're able to get the money when you need to use it. Here's a quick math example for you. Let's say you have $20,000 in a savings account. At 0.01%, you're literally earning $2 for the whole year. At 4%, that's about $800 a year. $800, it's not gonna change your lifestyle much, but it's a lot better than just $2. 800 bucks is 800 bucks. These high yield savings accounts often have kind of limitations on how many transactions you do on this per month. And that's because these accounts are meant to build interest for you. So when you deposit this money into these institutions, they're actually going out and investing it or lending it to other people and they're making a yield, and now they're sharing some of those profits with you. And that's what these are about. So it's not meant for your daily use, it's for your savings. Some common ones out there are Ally Bank, I think Discover's one, American Express, or a newer one is SoFi. All these banks, I don't want you to get too caught up about this one's paying 3.2, this one's 3.3, this one's 3.4. The fact that you're not making 0.01% and making in the threes or close to 4 is already the win. Pick a platform in a bank that you feel comfortable with. And then the next step is arguably probably the most important step too, and that's automation. Make it work for you. Because knowing what to do is one thing, but doing it every month consistently is another thing. So, I mean, I want you to think about it like this. Nowadays, I think a lot of people automate bills. They use bill pay, they use online bill pay, and they automate things, mortgage payment, car payments, even utilities. And the reason why we do that is so we can make sure that we don't forget to make this payment. It's annoying to go every month and do that same payment for your rent or mortgage or your car. So what do we do to make it easy for ourselves? We automate it so it just happens. We know it's going to happen. The same should be done for your savings account, because one way I look at this is you're paying yourself when you're saving money. Too many people are worried about paying everybody else, banks, credit card, insurance, and all that stuff, and then they forget about paying themselves. They're like, well, after all my bills, I don't have any savings. So you kind of actually deprioritize yourself and your own savings. I read some book long time ago or something like that. I think it was like The richest man in Babylon. That's how they talked about it. They're like, you have to pay yourself first before you pay anybody else. That's what I mean by the automation. So if you're automating your car payment, why not automate some saving? Because if you worked out your budget and you're like, after all my expenses, I have $400 a month that should go towards savings. Why not automate that? Why not make that $200 a paycheck goes to savings if you're paid bi-monthly or something like that? Why put that on yourself to, oh, I have to remember to transfer that money to savings? Just automate it. It makes things so much easier. You don't ever see the money, or you're not tempted to spend it because now it's not in your account. It's already automatically went to your high yield savings now. That's the key right there. So quick math on this. So if you're able to save $200 a month over a year, that's gonna be like $2,400. And if you can earn 4% on that, I mean, you're gonna make $96. Is it gonna change your lifestyle? No, but it's money that you didn't work for. It's your money worked for you on this one, and it's a lot better than $2 on 20K. 0.01% on 2,400 is you're gonna make like 24 cents or something like that, yeah. So as your income increases over time, the important thing for you to increase are your savings. You want your savings to move in the same direction as your earnings are, because let's say you got a decent raise and now you're kind of like, oh, I can live bigger now. That's true, you can spend a little more money now, but you should also be saving more money as well too, because as you're making more money and then you just keep spending more money, they call that lifestyle creep. And that happens to most people. Now you've been working hard, you got a raise, you're like, you know what, I can afford some luxuries. Yes, this is true. I think everyone should do that, but do it within reason. If you got $1,000 a month raise or something like that, doesn't mean you just go blow an extra $1,000 now. Let's save a little more money of it, because if you're living on your previous income and now you just got an extra $1,000 a month, why not save half of that? Why not start saving $500? You still have $500 more you get to spend now. It's not like depriving yourself of things that you have earned and deserved, but let's save more too, because that is going to start accumulating even faster as you keep saving. I know some of you might not think that sounds very fun. Why do I have to be so disciplined? I made more money. I want to enjoy more. And I already told you, you can enjoy it, but I'm saying increase your savings as well too, because here's the thing, life will always throw you life things. You don't want to be in a situation where you kind of made all this money, you were spending all your money, and then something happens and you're kind of, oh wait, I don't have money saved to fix this car, or oh, my best friend's getting married and it's a destination wedding and I can't afford to go. Or you feel so bad and you're kind of like, I have to go, it's my best friend. And then what do? You swipe that credit card and now you have high interest debt. It's just a slippery slope, and your money could snowball and get bigger, and so can your debt too. So I mean, just be careful on how you're doing this. I'm not saying that you need to just live poor and just save everything, but you just got to be intentional about what you're doing with your money. Don't let these little expenses grow over time, add up. A common one is people in their little coffee expenses and things. If you get one of these Rocket Money apps, they're going to tell you, hey, did you know you spent $200 at coffee shops this month? Maybe you had it budgeted and you're like, you know what, I allotted myself $200 for this, I'm good. But what if you're kind of like, wow, I didn't know I was spending that much on that. I'm spending half a car payment on coffee or DoorDash. That's the crazy thing. You have $1,000 in DoorDash a month. That's kind of ridiculous, unless depending on what level you're at. But I would say if you're watching this video, you probably should think about that a little harder. If you got money just to blow and you're DoorDashing every day, that's fine, and you're making money and it's growing for you, that's all good. But if you're not quite there yet and you're kind of like, how do I get ahead? Do these things now and you will get ahead. As you follow this process and you know how much is coming in and where it's all going, and letting your savings build automatically with your cash sitting in the right accounts, over time you start building capital. And I call it capital now because we're talking about doing investments with this money now. Your money was working for you, and now you can actually get enough capital to take advantage of opportunities that will come to build more money and wealth for you. This is much more than just budgeting apps and savings accounts. So it's about having consistency and discipline, so those things start happening normally and automatic for you, so you can build some savings, emergency funds, and then later into more wealth for you. And then you can break this cycle of the more money I make, the more money I spend. Because when you live like that, you're never gonna really get ahead. Because most of the people that are moving forward financially usually aren't doing anything really complicated. They're just consistent and they understand their numbers. They structure their money and they let compounding do the rest. If you wanna have a consultation with me and sit down and talk about your personal situation, whether it's in person or on Zoom, give me a call or schedule through the link below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos about how you can build wealth, and share this video to somebody that will also benefit from it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.